वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय मम ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकाय चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं जनभूतले सोऽयं रूपकदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदन्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवनं च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सागणशिरघुनाथं वितं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवान् श्रीराधा कृष्णपदान् सागणललितां श्रीविशाखान्वितं च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश्च गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वंशाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यः वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमती भक्ति वेदांत स्वामीति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे. So Hare Krishna, from tomorrow onwards, the Jhulana Yatra, the Transcendental Swing Festival of thy divine couple, Sri Radha Govind, is going to be commenced, and it is going to continuous festival for 5 days. And last day is the Balaram Purnima and the last day of Swing Festival. So this five days festival is a very, tremendous opportunity for the devotees and for everyone to immerse in this wonderful pastime of the Lord and engage in the service of the Lord and hear the glories of the Lord and the songs that glorify the Supreme Lord, Kṛṣṇa and Radha. So in this way, it is a very, very popular festival in Vrindavan, particularly during the monsoon season, rainy season. Thousands of people, even 20,000-30,000 people, they turns into the temple. They come to the temple to celebrate this festival. So in our Vaishnava community, we celebrate this festival with very grand and grandeur. We profusely decorate the swings and make thy lordship Radha and Krishna on the throne and on the swing, and we gently swing the Supreme Lord. So in this way, and also accompanied by the kirtan, Mahaprasadam distribution, and so on and so forth. So as actually this festival is, according to the scriptures, this festival is actually celebrated during the rainy season. This is a very confidential and conjugal pastime of the Radha and Krishna. So usually during the rainy seasons, there is a whole atmosphere is very much greenery, very lush green, everything becomes very lush and green, filled up with colorful flowers like Jasmine, Champa, chameli, beli, madhavi, and so many things. So atmosphere is very good, and there is a breeze, that cool breeze, accompanied by cool breeze, and making the atmosphere is so beautiful, so wonderful, so amazing. So the forest of Vrindavan is very much very much blossomed in the season. Everything is blossomed as if newly blossomed season. So therefore, in this season, what happened? The friends of Radharani, they hanging a swing on the kadamba tree, and with decorated with flowers and different flower in the forest, and they make the divine couple Radha and Krishna seated on the swing. The birds, peacocks, they are singing as Radha Krishna swing. In this way, they serve the Lord. The Vrindavan consciousness, spiritual consciousness, means everybody engaged in the service of the Lord. Right from right from everyone, even the peacock, bird, the tree, the season, everybody is in the service of the Lord. Just like in Vrindavan, the gopis, gopos, the Yashodananda Maharaj. But material world, on the contrary, is different. Material world, everybody wants to satisfy himself. Everybody wants to serve himself. Therefore, there is a conflict and competition. Chaitanya Chaitamutta, the Kṛṣṇadas, the author, the Kṛṣṇadas Kaviraj Goswami very nicely say that Atmendriya Pritivancha kare tara nama prema, but Krishnendriya Pritivancha dhare prema. That is different. There is a beautiful verses that that how the different of consciousness between spiritual and material world. Atmendriya Pritivancha, that is the different. So, in these beautiful verses, it is stated the difference between the lust and love. And this is actually the spiritual and material consciousness. What is the difference? Atmendriya Pritivancha tare boli kam, Krishnendriya Pritivichcha dhare prema nama. The desire to gratify one's own sense is called kama, but the desire to please sense of Lord Krishna is called prema. So, this pastime, although it is very confidential pastime, it is very difficult to understand. It is not possible to understand this pastime. But nonetheless, Lord, out of his merciful concession to the conditioned soul, enacted all this pastime to attract us and to give us opportunity to engage in the service, loving service, to invoke our love for him, to purify our heart. So that is whole idea. It's a merciful concession. Therefore, the Brahmaji is praying that Anugrahaya Bhaktanam, whole this purpose of this festival is Anugrahaya Bhaktanam Manusim Stanu Astitam. Manusim Deha Astita Bhajate Tadris Kira Yes Sutta Tat Paro Bhave. So Lord is assuming a human-like body to show mercy to his devotee. He engages in such pastime as will attract those who hear about them to become dedicated. So whole idea, our consciousness is now I, me, mine, very mundane consciousness, material consciousness. So we have diverted our attention from Lord to the mundane things. Therefore, Kṛṣṇa wanted to attract us back to him, purify our mundane consciousness, giving us opportunity to go back to Godhead, to reinstate our constitutional position as a servant of the Lord instead of servant of Maya. Therefore, he comes as a human-like form, which is very tangible for the human conditioned soul to connect. This merciful concession is tangible. So therefore, and also he enacted such a pastime so that the conditioned soul can connect and get the opportunity to hear about these activities and engage in the service, celebrating this ceremony and all. In this way, whole idea to awakening love for the Kṛṣṇa. Change our lust to love, change our attention, our attachment for mundane to spiritual reality. That is the whole idea. Therefore, this Jhulana Yatra is very important for us. Even Nectar of Devotion, he say that there is a beautiful thing, Nectar of Devotion. it is stated thus about the Jhulana Yatra, as we have already explained, that there are different ceremonies to be observed, and such as birthday of Kṛṣṇa, the birthday of Lord Ramchandra, the birthday of some prominent Vaishnava, the ceremony of Jhulana Yatra with Lord sitting on the swing, Golo Yatra, the Lord activity in the month of March. In all festival, Lord is seated on a car. The car moves through different streets on the city so that people may take advantages of visiting the Lord. In Bhavishya Purana, it is stated that, it is said, in such ceremony, even if a Chandala dog eater simply out of curiosity sees the Lord on the cart, he becomes counted as one of the associates of Vishnu. That is the significance, the sanctity and significance of this festival. Even a dog eater, some and other, out of curiosity see this festival, they will be considered as or counted as the associate of Vishnu. So therefore, this ceremony should be celebrated to awakening our Kṛṣṇa consciousness, to awakening our love for Him, to purify our contaminated heart, and also to remember Him. Remember, everybody showing the festival, remembering the Radha Kṛṣṇa, practically engage in this service, showing the divine couple, and remembering this pastime, hearing about this pastime is very, very auspicious, very, very beneficial for the conditioned soul, so that they can purify. This is stated that in this other verses, this is stated very nicely in 10th canto, that this so-called lost Atmendriya Prithivancha, he want to satisfy our sense. Just like Arjuna want to satisfy his sense, he declined to fight. I do not want to fight because it is not palatable for my senses to kill my kith and kins. Then Lord instructed in Bhagavad Gita, change his perspective, that your material perspective of not fighting due to your so-called attachment with your kith and kins is faulty emotion. Real things is that Krishnendriya Prithivancha, to satisfy the senses of Krishna. So this festival is meant to satisfy the Lord, to glorify the Lord. It is Bhagavatam, it is stated, Vikriditam brajavadhur vir idam cha Vishnu Sradhananvita anusrinuyad atha vannayadya bhaktim param bhagavati pratilabhya kamam hudrogam aso apohinoti achirena nira. If a bona fide listener, it says very nicely that this is from 10th canto, anyone who faithfully hears or describes the Lord's playful affairs with young gopis of Vrindavan will attend the Lord's pure devotional service. Thus he quickly becomes sober and conquer lust, the disease of the heart. The disease of the heart causes us to undergo repeated cycle, obnoxious cycle of birth and death since time memorial. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, punarapi janani jastare. We have been rotting and rotating in this material world due to this disease of the heart, what is called lust. It is covering our intelligence. It is covering our consciousness. Just like a sun, when it is covered by cloud, we cannot see. So dissipate this covering, or to conquer the lust, we should hear this playful affair, this transcendental, what you say, conjugal pastime, the transcendental exchange of love, the swing festival, Jhulana Yatra. So this is a merciful concession Lord is enacting, is exhibiting, is displaying his kingdom, his pastime, his entourage, and his name. All these things are arrangement of the Lord to bring us back to Godhead. That is the whole idea of Jhulana Yatra. To opportunity to reclaim the conditioned soul, rotting in this material world. It is stated in these beautiful verses that very nice verses from Bhagavatam. Kṛṣṇa spoke. It is spoken by the In this way, Krishna very easily spread his glory, which are sung throughout the world by most sublime and essential Vedic verses. Lord Krishna considered that simply by hearing and chanting those glory, conditioned soul born in future would cross beyond the darkness of ignorance. Being satisfied with this arrangement, he left for his desired destination. So he is arranging everything. He is arranging. Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna is the reservoir of all beauty. All beautiful things emanate from him. And his personal form is so attractive that he steals the eyes away from all other objects, which then seem devoid of beauty in comparison to him. When Lord Krishna was on the earth, he attracted the eyes of all people. When Krishna spoke, his word attracted the mind of all who remembered them. By seeing the footstep of the Lord Krishna, people became attracted to him. And thus they wanted to offer their bodily activity to the Lord as his followers. In this way, Krishna very easily spread his glory, which are sung throughout the world by the most sublime essential Vedic verses. Lord Krishna considered that simply by hearing, chanting those glory, conditioned soul born in future would cross beyond the darkness of ignorance. Being satisfied with this arrangement, he left for his desired destination. So this is the arrangement of the Krishna all the pastime. Although it is very confidential to understand, still arranged some way or other. Even a dog eater, he um, he come in contact or he sees. There is a saying that Rati tu Bamanam Dusta, Doloyam Dologovindam, Chapecha Madhusudana. All these festivals are so good. Simply by participating, seeing the Lord, one can become the associate of Vishnu. One can even get the spiritual emancipation, liberation. That is the very power, the potency, incredible potency of these pastimes. So we should understand that, and we should understand this is a merciful concession of the Lord. Therefore, we should sincerely, as instructed by spiritual master, we should observe this festival. Krishna also say that we should observe this festival. This is a very different verses are there. 11:34. He told you should observe all these festivals. Krishna himself say you should observe all this festival. Is very important. One should always discuss my birth activity, enjoy life by participating in festivals such as Janmashtami, which glorify my pastime. In my temple, one should also participate in festival and ceremony by singing, dancing, playing musical instrument, and discussing me with other Vaishnava. One should observe all regularly celebrated annual festival by attending ceremony, pilgrimage, making offering. See, these are the things Krishna himself spoke to Uddhava, that one should celebrate in the temple all the things. Not only celebrate, one should sing, dance, musical instrument, and also discussing. Without discussing, we cannot get that ecstasy of celebrating, observing this festival. So it is important to discuss this pastime. So another places it is stated 11:29:11, either alone or in public gathering. This Krishna spoke to Uddhava, the Lord himself speaking. Either alone or in public gatherings with singing, dancing, other exhibition of royal opulence, one should arrange to celebrate those holy days, ceremonies and festivals set aside practically for my worship. So Krishna is, see how he is speaking that he himself is this injunction by Krishna that we should celebrate. Therefore, Prabhupada said that we should celebrate for the 5 days this festival, starting from Tuesday to tomorrow to Saturday. And every day we should change the cloth, profusely decorate. Prabhupada said we should profusely decorate, that whosoever coming, see, they will be captivated. And one should swing the divine couple, make the seat, the divine couple on the swing, and one should swing also, gently one should swing the Radha Madan. It will be very pleasing to the Radha and Krishna. So in this way, you should celebrate all the things. Nonetheless, Nonetheless, these festivals are very confidential, and Narottam Das Thakur say that Visaya chadiya kabe suddha hobe mon kobe hama herabo siri Vrindavan. So Narottam Das Thakur was singing very nicely. Visaya chadiya kabe suddha hobe mon kobe hama herabo siri Vrindavan. So this kind of festival or understanding is not very easy to understand for the neophytes. So the first thing is that Visaya chadiya kabe suddho hobe mono kobe hama herabo. When mind is completely purified, being freed from material anxiety, desire, then I shall be able to understand Vrindavan and the conjugal love of Radha Krishna. Then my spiritual life will be successful. Visaya chadiya. Unless the contamination is there, we cannot appreciate this festival. One cannot understand this festival. Simply for the Jhulana Yatra, the temporary bhava will come Radha bhava, immersed in Radha bhava, Radhe, 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 Radhe. After the Jhulan completes, we become mundane rasa, aparadhe, Radhe, Radhe, aparadhe. Again, we will come to mundane rasa bhava, social media to social chit chat. This kind of flickering bhava is not appreciated. Prabhupada says that the bhava or sentiment comes after you understand all this knowledge about the to hear about the Krishna's pastime and practically engage in the service of the Lord. Then the bhava will come. You should study the Vedic Shastra, Srila Prabhupada books, Vedic Shastra, to understand properly. Tat tattah janma karma chame divam evan jo beti tat tattah means in truth. In truth. How to know truth? Those who have seen the truth. Tattvadarshi. Tadvidi pranipatena paripresena sevaya upadekyanti jnanam ganinam tattvadarshi. The spiritual, we have to approach a spiritual master to understand this conjugal pastime. Without hearing Prabhupada's lecture, Prabhupada's books, we cannot penetrate, we cannot enter into this confidential jurisdiction of conjugal pastime of the Radha Krishna. No. Visaya chadiya kabe suddha hobe. By hearing we can purify. Sunmatam sokatha Krishna punya Sravana kirtana udantustani abhadrani vidunati srisa. We should hear. Nasta prayesu abhadresu nityam bhagavata sevaya. We hear Bhagavatam. Then only we will be free from the contamination. Then only we can understand that. Understand the Vrindavan and the conjugal pastime of the Lord. Understand the real profound meaning of Jhulana Yatra. Profound significance and glory of Jhulana Yatra. Rupa Raghunatha pade hoibe akuti kabe hama bujhava jugal apirati. Rupa Raghunatha pade hoibe akuti kabe hama herava jugal apirati. When shall I be very much eager to study the books left by Sri Goswami? One has to learn of the conjugal loving affairs of Radha Krishna through the teaching of Sri Goswami. Srila Prabhupada said, Narottam Das Thakur singing. Without going through the disciplic succession, without reading the Sri Goswami's literature, how can I understand the confidential pastime? It is not even understood by the Brahmaji. Uddhava is telling, sir, I am not able to understand all this, how much bhava. He came to teach the gopis about this Krishna consciousness. But he found here is a university of Krishna consciousness. Gopis are the transcendental professor, celebrated professor. He became a student of gopis. So try to understand. So unless this kind of thing to be understood by when we are through the teaching of Sri Goswami, they have revealed it. They have revealed this pastime. Through the teaching, we can understand what is real meaning of this. Not that abruptly we jump for the few days. This is temporary provoking our bhavas, Radha, Radhe, 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 and after that finish. No. Therefore, we should follow the regulative principle, study the Shastras. Then we can come to the understand of the conjugal love of Radha Krishna. रूप रघुनाथ पदे होइबे आकुति कबे हामा बुझाबो दिगल प्रति. So we should take shelter of the disciplic successor. We take shelter of spiritual master Rupa Goswami, all says Goswami. So this is the very important festival. So as for the injunction of Kṛṣṇa, we should celebrate in the temple with sincerity and try to serve the Lord, swing the Lord, hear the singing, hear singing about the glories, then dancing, and play the musical instrument in the glorification of the Lord and discuss this pastime. In this way we will purify, then we will eventually understand the confidential aspect of this conjugal pastime of the Lord Jhulana Yatra. Thank you very much. Wish you a very blissful, blessed and meaningful, purposeful Jhulana Yatra. जय झूलन यात्रा की जय, वृंदावन धाम की जय, श्री राधा कृष्ण की जय, निताय गौर रामनंदे, हरि हरि बोल, जय श्री प्रभुपाद की जय.